Welcome to Australia Awards Tuvalu. This presentation aims to support you in developing your Intake 2023 application. Australia Awards is a global program delivered across more than 30 countries. It is a prestigious international awards program offered by the Australian Government. The program supports the next generation of Tuvaluan leaders progress the country's development goals. This is achieved through study and research, whereby recipients develop the required knowledge and skills to drive change. The scholarship program also provides the opportunity for Tuvaluans to develop enduring links with Australians, Australian organisations and industry. Applications for scholarships commencing in 2023 opened on the 1st of February 2022. They will remain open for 3 months and close on the 29th of April 2022 at 11:59 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. This is a firm deadline and no late applications will be accepted. For fairness and due process, applications cannot be edited or altered after the deadline. Each year, the governments of Tuvalu and Australia review the priority sectors to ensure they align with the National Strategy for Sustainable Development and aim to support Tuvalu's workforce gaps. For Intake 2023, Australia Awards will be accepting applications from 6 priority sectors. They are environment and climate change, education, gender equality, disability and social inclusion, governance and economic growth, health, and infrastructure support. In order to develop a competitive application, applicants need to demonstrate a strong contribution to one of these key priority sectors. In Tuvalu, we offer 2 types of scholarships. Australia Awards Pacific Scholarships, AAPS. These provide study opportunities in the Pacific region, including in Fiji and Papua New Guinea. The other scholarship type is Australia Awards Scholarships, AAS, and this is for study at Australian institutions in Australia. To determine which scholarship is best for you to apply for, ask yourself the following questions. Start by asking yourself, is the course that you wish to study related to one of the 6 priority sectors we mentioned on the earlier slide? If the answer is yes, then you are eligible to apply for a scholarship. The next question that you would ask yourself is the course available within the Pacific region, for example, in Fiji or Papua New Guinea? If that course is offered at a regional institution, then you would apply under the AAPS program. If it is not available regionally, then you would apply for the AAS program to study in Australia. For applicants interested in studying a course available regionally, please refer to the following institutions. In Fiji, the Uni of South Pacific, or Fiji's National University. In Papua New Guinea, the Pacific Adventist University, Divine Word University, Goroka University, University of PNG, University of Natural Resources and the Environment, PNG University of Technology, or the PNG Maritime College. It is up to the applicant to research and to determine the most suitable institution and course to meet your needs. If your course is not available regionally, then AAS for Study in Australia is the scheme for you, and we will provide more information on how to identify the right course for you later in this presentation. But first, if you're selected for a scholarship, you will be entitled to a range of support mechanisms which are mentioned on this slide. You will receive return economy airfares to the country in which you will be studying. Your full tuition fees will be provided by the program. Your visa expenses will be covered by the program. You will receive a once-off establishment allowance to help you establish yourself and settle in your new city. You will receive ongoing fortnightly contribution to living allowance. This is to cover your basic expenses. You will also receive basic medical expenses covered. You will receive an introductory academic program provided by your institution. You will also receive ongoing supplementary academic support. And then once you have completed your course and graduated from your institution, you will join the Australia Awards Alumni Network. Australia Awards encourages applications from persons who identify as having a disability, and we will ensure reasonable adjustments are provided to allow for equal opportunity and participation throughout the program. Under the Australia Awards policy, disability is defined according to Australian legislation, and these include physical, intellectual, psychiatric, sensory, neurological, learning disabilities, physical impairments, and the presence in the body of disease-causing organisms. For selected awardees with a disability, this will be achieved through a disability support plan, which will be tailored to the individual's needs. This provides reasonable adjustments and accommodations to ensure that all awardees can participate and succeed on scholarship. All Australia Awards applicants must meet these general eligibility requirements. You must be 18 years or older at the time commencing the scholarship. You must be a citizen of Tuvalu and residing in Tuvalu at the time of your application. You must be committed to returning to Tuvalu following completion of your scholarship and contributing to its development. You must not be applying for a visa to live in Australia or New Zealand, nor be in a relationship with an Australian or New Zealand citizen or permanent resident. You must not be serving a current scholarship bond. And importantly, you must be able to meet the institution's entry requirements for your chosen courses. In addition to the general eligibility requirements, AAPS applicants must also demonstrate that they want to apply for a course that is in line with a priority sector, be currently enrolled in Year 13 and have a Year 12 aggregate score of 250 out of 400 for English and their three best subjects, or have completed high school and have a Year 13 aggregate score of 250 out of 400. Or mature age applicants can apply based on either their Year 12 or 13 pass grade or a tertiary qualification, as well as demonstrating that they have 3 years relevant work experience. If you are applying for an AAS undergraduate qualification, again, you must demonstrate that you're applying for a course that is in line with one of the 6 priority areas, but also that course is not available regionally. You can apply if you're a current Year 13 student based on your Year 12 grades, and you must have an aggregate score of 300 out of 400 for the AAS program, or you may have completed high school and be applying based on your Year 13 results of 300 out of 400 for English and your 3 best subjects. Or mature age applicants can apply based on the Year 12 or Year 13 pass grade, or again a tertiary qualification. However, they must demonstrate that they also have at least 5 years of relevant work experience. If mature age applicants do not have a Year 12 or 13 grade or a tertiary qualification, but they do have 10 years work experience, they can apply on this basis. If you are applying to study in Australia at the postgraduate level, you again must be applying for a course that's in a priority sector, which is not available regionally. Postgraduate applicants must also hold a first degree and have a minimum of 2 years relevant work experience. If a postgraduate applicant does not have a first degree, however, they do have 10 years of relevant work experience and they have completed Year 12 or 13 with a pass grade, they can apply on this basis. All AAS applicants wanting to study in Australia, as well as anyone choosing to study at Fiji National University's College of Medicine, Nursing and Health Sciences, must apply online via the OASIS website. The URL for the OASIS website is www.oasis.dfat.gov.au. Here is an example of what the homepage will look like. On the left-hand side, where there is a red box, you will see where you register for a username and a password to start your application. On the right-hand side, you will find the instructions and an applicant user guide, which will help you throughout the entire application process. For other AAPS applicants, for example, those wanting to study at USP or a PNG located institution, you will need to apply by sending your application via email, post, or hand delivered to the Australia Awards Office in Suva or the Australian High Commission in Tuvalu. Application forms can be found on our website at www.australiaawardsfiji.org. All applicants are required to list 2 course preferences within their application. It is the applicant's responsibility to make sure that they meet the entry requirements for the courses that they are proposing to study. For applicants wanting to study in Australia, your 2 course preferences will require what is called a CRICOS code. This is a unique code for courses offered to international students who are studying in Australia. To obtain a CRICOS course code for your 2 course preferences, search the available courses at cricos.education.gov.au. This is a great place to start your course research to identify the best course and institution for you. This is what the CRICOS search page will look like. It is essentially a database. By entering the type of course or the broad field, you will generate a list of possible courses available across numerous institutions throughout Australia. This is an example of a search result for a Master of Building related courses. You can see the list of courses along the left-hand side, the institutions in the middle, and the level of study and the duration on the right. By clicking on the course of interest to you, you will be provided with more information about that particular program. Here is an example of the Master of Architecture course at Queensland University of Technology. Circulated, you will see the 6-digit CRICOS code required in your application form. From this site, we recommend that you cross-check the details of the course at the university's website. In this case, you would go to the Queensland University of Technology's website, where you'll be provided with much more information about the course, the learning objectives, the mode of delivery, and everything else that you would be interested to learn. Here are some tips for applying online via the OASIS website. Please check the user guide as it will have all the information you need to know about which browsers are best to use. Also check that your attachment sizes are 2 megabytes or less and that they're provided in an acceptable format as mentioned on this slide. I'll now provide a brief overview of what happens after you submit your application. This is an overview of the Australia Awards selection process for both AAS and AAPS. All applicants will first undergo an eligibility and a compliance check. Only those applicants who are deemed eligible and compliant will progress further through the assessment process. Eligible applicants are independently assessed on a merit basis and in competition against the cohort. Shortlisted applicants are invited to interview. Application outcomes will be announced around September 2022. Eligible applicants are assessed against 3 key criteria: your academic competence, your leadership skills and aptitude, and your potential to contribute to Tuvalu following completion of a scholarship. If you want to develop a competitive application, we strongly encourage you to consider these 3 criteria. This slide provides a reminder of the timeline for the application process. Applications close on the 29th of April. Applications will be assessed throughout May. Shortlisted applicants will be invited to an interview in June, and selections will be finalised by September 2022. All applicants are strongly encouraged to read the Australia Awards Scholarship Policy Handbook before submitting your application. You can find these documents and other key information at our website, www.australiaawardsfijiandtuvalu.org. We are also available to answer any questions via phone or email. We hope this presentation has been helpful in preparing for your application. This is a photo of our Intake 2020 AAPS awardees. If you write a highly competitive application, this could be you next year. Best of luck.